Hello everyone, I'm Shannon Kantner and you're watching CMSD TV, bringing you the latest news out of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District. Students across the district are finding their voices through the arts. Let's take a look at some of these community partnerships that help students perform better on stage and in the classroom. Hundreds of CMSD middle schoolers are one step closer to winning an Oscar someday. Students in 11 schools across the district created original short films with the help of a digital storytelling residency program with the Cleveland Center for Arts-Inspired Learning. From writing to directing to editing, the students played every role. They even attended a film festival showcasing their work. I was there for the action behind the scenes as they created their own mini masterpieces exploring social issues that impact students in Cleveland. Gang violence, gender equality, teen pregnancy, just some of the topics 6th, 7th, and 8th graders tackled as filmmakers.
It's really great for kids that are in middle school because, you know, middle school is the age where you're really trying to find yourself. So it's almost that they're finding their voice through digital stories.
First, students found a topic. Working in groups to research it, they wrote an essay together that became the narrative.
What I really love about this residency is like the first day, you know, it's middle school. So when they first see me, they're like, okay, we gotta write, we're gonna do something. It sounds like schoolwork. But what I love to see is the transformation that they go from not being engaged to being thoroughly engaged. That I have students after school that are telling me, oh my God, Mr. Woody, I have so many ideas for my original digital story and I want to do this and and it's like, wow, the light has turned on. And they're working on certain skills in school that they don't even realize that they're working on. They're working on writing. They're working on being able to speak in front of a live audience or in front of a recorder. And also they're deciding how everything is going to be shown and how everything is going to be seen.
About 1 out of 10 middle school kids drop out or change schools.
They record voiceovers, pick out music, and find or create imagery that helps tell their story, all while learning new technology and some tricks of the trade from a professional actor and filmmaker. After 5 sessions with the artist and lots of editing, the finished product is a 2.5-minute piece the whole group is proud of. One student hopes her film about child abuse inspires her peers.
I think they can relate to, because if some people, like, some people have got child abuse before, they can relate to it and like it can make them feel better.
A lot of the stories wind up being really great and they wind up being really original, and some will pull at your heartstrings and make you want to cry, because hearing their voices and seeing what they've come up with, to me, is like extraordinary.
It's also extraordinary for the teachers who see their students engaging more than ever. Now they plan on incorporating digital stories into their future lessons.
A lot of the teachers and principals have already said that they've seen a change in the classroom environment since we've left, that these students are more open to talking about issues that may have been taboo in the past, but now that they're more informed and they can speak, I think, from a more research-based background, they're able to have more constructive conversations about these issues. And also by working in the groups, they're developing some new friendships. And I think those are very important as we go through school, you know, so hopefully they'll take some of these skills with them.
They really thrived. We actually had the movie software installed on all the middle school machines. So it's all ready to go. We can bounce back to that technology anytime we want and build on that learning. And we have the videos so they can go back and watch them again.
Not just watch them, but screen them at their very own film festival. Every school invited families to their own event, and the Center for Arts-Inspired Learning hosted a district-wide affair for all of the participating schools. It felt like a little slice of the Sundance Film Festival, complete with paparazzi and entourages filled with family and friends.
For them to come and be with their child and celebrate with their child on this product that they have created has been really impactful for me. I've seen tears, I've seen hugs and crying.
2 films from each school were chosen for the film festival held at Cleveland State's Trinko Hall. It was a night to remember for the filmmakers and their families.
I thought that I've been hurt before.
It's like they're being little mini Scorseses and Spike Lees and Steven Spielbergs, and you never know, in this residency, we might discover the next big, huge filmmaker. So to me, that is just inspiring. And they don't even have to be an amazing filmmaker. When this residency is a success, I think their confidence will just reign and it will just shine, and even their parents will see what they've accomplished.
We love digital storytelling!
If you want to see what they've accomplished, we've posted the entire film festival to our YouTube page. It's also airing on Channel 22. For more stories like this, visit the CMSD News Bureau at clevelandmetroschools.org/news. Reporting from the CMSD TV studio, I'm Shannon Kantner. The Lion King is coming to a theater near you, but not a movie theater. It's being performed by elementary school students from Marion Sterling, and they're not just singing The Circle of Life, they're learning about it too through this much-loved musical.
Our principal, Ms. Chestnut, thought it would be a great idea to apply for this grant from the Playhouse Square in partnership with Disney Musicals. She saw it as a great opportunity to expose the children to theater, teach them public speaking skills and performance skills. So we were all excited to get on board and put it together.
Rehearsals began in October. Teaching artists came once a week to help with the production and coach the cast of about 30 3rd through 5th graders. And most of them had never been on stage before, like Stanley Turpin, who's working on his roar as Mufasa.
That hairball is my son, your future king.
It's a new experience to me. I'm not really into acting, but it's a good thing to know that it's fun. You can play with your friends, and it's very good.
It's been really fun. People are participating more. We have a lot of people wanting to be in The Lion King, so yeah, it's a lot of fun.
We have a few middle schoolers that are just helping to mentor the students with dancing and acting. They're helping as stage managers, and they're a great addition.
What they're learning on stage is also helping them in the classroom. Teacher and director Megan Casarda says her students are more engaged now.
It's really neat how much of it actually kind of loops back or relates to what we're teaching in school. So since I'm a science and social studies teacher, we talk about circle of life, like we went to food chains and life cycles, and they're also the kids who are more shy in class, and now they're, oh, that's my part, I can tell you. And so it's cute to see how they're actually relating what they're doing in their after school program to like their actual academic work. And so I think there's also, we've seen like more friendships, and now they're like, this is my Lion King friend. Like we come on stage together for the circle of life. So they've kind of, I think it's really helped like classroom culture too, because it's more time spent with each other, more time collaborating, and it's kind of nice to see that.
It helps me be more confident in myself. It helps me be more familiar with things that I never did before. But most of all, I feel happy and energized.
Oh, I just can't wait to be king.
And they just can't wait for their performance on March 4th at Tri-C's Metro Main Stage Theater. Admission is free, and the show begins at 6 p.m. It's a night for the whole community to take pride in.
My mother's going to be there, so yeah, she's going to be proud of me.
Honestly, I'm just amazed at what they were able to come up with, because some of the stuff is just so intricate and so complicated, and they really took it, they really focused. And so like I think like learning a song in a different language, they weren't just trying to like muddle their way through it. Like they really thought about, well, how do I say this word? And so they really like step by step took it so seriously and are so proud of it, and just how far they've come since October amazes me. So our kids are just outstanding.
I know we're all going to cry when we see our babies up there, so we're looking forward to it.
Can you feel the love tonight?
But some have already shed a few tears because this cast of Marion Sterling students and staff can definitely feel the love tonight and at every rehearsal.
The first time they like really got the song down, it was beautiful, and I was just like crying in the side, and they're like, Miss K, I'm like, no, something's in my eye, like I'm not actually crying. They're like, we made you cry. Can You Feel the Love Tonight made you cry. So now they all know that that's the song that makes me cry. They're just gonna wow everyone. They're amazing.
Marion Sterling was one of 4 Northeast Ohio schools to receive the grant. Paul Dunbar and Campus International are also presenting Disney shows. For their grand finale, all the schools are performing a couple of songs on Monday, March 7th at Playhouse Square's Ohio Theater. For more stories like this, visit clevelandmetroschools.org/news. Reporting from the CMSD TV studio, I'm Shannon Kantner. Learning scripts and songs would be impossible without great reading skills. Wade Park School kicked off a special literacy month in March, challenging every student to read at least 100 books. So I talked with the book girl herself, Wade Park 5th grader Madison Reid, to hear why she loves to read. In honor of Wade Park School's Soaring Readers Literacy Month, which has been officially recognized by the governor, CMSD TV is featuring a new series starring none other than Madison Reid, the CMSD student who went viral last school year for her love of books. And she joins me now in the studio. Madison, thank you so much for being here.
Hi.
You're not going to be shy today, are you?
Why would I ever be shy?
Good answer. So, Madison, you have kind of a different name that you go by now, right?
Sorta. Some people call me Madison, some people call me Book Girl, some people call me lots of names. But my favorite is Book Lover because it's straight and straight to the point about what I love.
You love books.
Yes.
So you went viral because of your love of books when you were interviewed by WKYC. November 2014, I think, is when that video was posted. So what has life been like since then?
Normal, technically. Well, if you call being famous from a lot of people for just doing something that you love, you call famous, then yeah, normal life.
Normal life, just being famous?
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
It's just keeping it cool, keeping it cool.
Keeping it cool. So why are books, oh, I like that. I like this, this is good. Keeping it cool. So why are books so cool? Why do you love them so much?
Because you get to go anywhere in the world without a passport. You can go to Africa and get eaten by a lion without a passport. You can learn about anything in the entire universe if you want to without a passport if you open up a single solitary book.
That sounds like a lot of fun. That's pretty exciting.
It is.
You just got me, like, should we just go now and read a bunch of books? No, I'm just kidding.
If you want to.
We gotta finish the interview.
Dang it.
So your school, you must be pretty excited about this given everything that you just said. Your school is doing a very special literacy month.
First annual, first fun.
First annual, first fun. So each student is challenged to read 100 books in the month of March, right?
I can do it.
Oh, we know you can do it. I'm sure you're well on your way. So along the way, though, they're giving out special prizes. You get to throw some pies in your principal's face. So
and Dr. Buddy and Mr. Taylor. Never forget Mr. Taylor.
Never forget. So what is your strategy? I mean, how far along are you? How many books have you already read? And what's
11.
your plan?
I've already read 11 books since Sunday. And here's what I'm going to do. So you see, I request 30 books from the library. And I read them and I record them. So then I'm already eligible to smash a pie in Mr. Taylor and Dr. Buddy's face. So then once we get to roll on to the next one, where Lunch with Dr. Buddy for read and record 30 books, I've already have read 11 books. So I just record them again and then just record more books. Then soon, if I just have snacks by me, don't eat them all and read, I could just have 100 books. And believe me, I love books.
Those dramatic pauses were, wow.
Her laugh is adorable.
Thank you, Madison. Wow, you're invited back.
Yay! With food and books, but more books than food.
So you think more books than food? I'll make note of that. So you think you're definitely on your way to 100 books. How many do you think you'll actually read in the month of March for this literacy month?
Given from my calculations, probably more than 100.
Probably more than 100. That's right. I would agree. How many
Hey, the more the merrier.
The more the merrier. How many books have you read in your lifetime?
Over 10,000.
Over 10,000.
Mom, you know what? I don't even know if that's true or not. All I know is I stopped counting.
So a countless number of books.
Exactly.
Well, I know you just finished up the Franny K. Stein series.
Yes.
Which one was your favorite book in that series?
Number 4. The Fran That Time Forgot.
Ooh.
So I'll tell you a little bit about it.
Okay.
So you see, Franny K. Stein is a little girl mad scientist where the world doesn't really accept her mad sciencey, yucky ways. So neither does her family. She's like the only true mad scientist. So she travels back in time because she gets embarrassed by her class because her full name is Franny Kissy Pie Stein.
Oh my goodness.
That's just an embarrassing middle name.
It
So
is.
she makes a little watch thing, so she travels back in time to when she was a baby, so then she can change her she could change her middle name, but she still kind of likes the K, so she's kept it in the K signature. So her baby self said, Kaboom! Franny Kaboom Stein. But when she goes back, she's still embarrassed. So then she goes back, so instead of going to the past, she goes to the doggone future to figure out why she's still embarrassed. So, and it's not because of her changing her middle name. It's because of what she said to baby Franny. She said, nothing's worse in your life than getting laughed at. So in the future, Teen Franny makes angry elephant, five-eyed monster things that are planned to destroy the earth.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
Madison.
O.M. reading goodness.
O.M. reading goodness. O.M.R.G. Madison.
Exactly.
Oh, that sounds amazing. Well, now that we've heard a little bit about that Franny K book, why don't we have you take over and give us a full book review right now of that book this week? What do you think?
Yay!
Oh, yay! All right,
Let's go do this
hop
thing.
on over there.
Oh. Hi, y'all.
That's good.
Welcome. This is my time. And I want to tell you about Franny K. Stein, number 6, the Fran with 4 brains. First, you're probably wondering, who's Franny? Franny K. Stein is a little girl math scientist who is misjudged by her family and friends. She's overwhelmed by trying to maintain her math sciencey life while still doing the extracurricular activities her mom wants to do. Her mom wants her to do. For example, I will show you the page. On page 12, you see Franny overwhelmed by gourmet cooking, soccer, and bagpipe lessons. So she's going to make Fran bots, she calls them, where three robots look like Franny. So then she can do her math science stuff while the robots take care of her extra life. So now she has more time to do her other stuff, like teaching a monkey how to use a monkey wrench, and teaching a hammerhead shark how to use a hammer. Oh, I forgot. And teach a mouse how to use a mouse. So, now she wants the Fran bots to take her place in school, and they're begging for extra credit points, projects. Now the robots create their own project. So, this is the one I want to do. Underwater 2-person sofa slapping. Yes, it's on the paper, and that's cool. And now they turn evil because Franny said to strive towards excellence. So now they want to take over the world. So they want to turn everyone into tuna fish sandwiches if they ever dare to get in their way of excellence. So you see, Franny is too scared to fight them because she thinks she's gonna eat them. So Igor, her dog, he's not even half dog. He's kind of like a weasel, part German Shepherd, and something that's not even doggish thing. So he dresses up like Franny and imitates her to make him laugh. So he does that again, and he gets turned into a tuna fish sandwich. And he almost dies because he is almost fed to a shark. Because since they strive for excellence, they will do anything to strive for excellence. Even if that means blowing your guts into a bagpipe. Even if that means kicking your head off. So, now you see why I kind of like this. She doesn't want a tuna fish sandwich. she doesn't want to be gourmet food either, so she needs to use her imagination. So, what about roast sea monster with french fries? That's a very exotic dish. She tells her mom about what happened, so she realizes that she just needs to manage how she is. And believe me, underwater one-handed diaper juggling is kind of cool as well. Now remember, and this is the lesson I learned from it. There's actually two lessons. One, you should never push yourself to something that you can't really do, and if you really can do it, then just push yourself to it. And make sure you don't drink 2 jugs of centipede milk. That's all today, folks. Remember, if you've got a book and if I've already read it, just know I can turn it into something hilariously funny. Good night, folks. I'm done here. She had to step outside the room because it was too...
As Madison says, reading opens up the whole world. Well, a group of Lincoln West students traveled out of the country to help those who need it most. A group of CMSD seniors are traveling to the Dominican Republic, but it's not sunscreen and sandals they're making room for in their suitcases. It's medical supplies. 8 Lincoln West students are going on a service trip for their senior capstone project to help a school and a free health clinic in Verone. After months of fundraising, the students used part of the money to purchase items at MedWish just a couple of weeks before their trip. And I was there for this exciting stop on their journey.
Feeding tubes, pulse oximeter, umbilical cord clips, and weighing scales.
This is not your typical shopping spree before heading to the Dominican Republic.
It's kind of like a kid in a candy store, except it's medical supplies.
Foregoing sunglasses for syringes, board shorts for bandages.
We'll probably take fewer shoes. A lot of the students kind of give up their space in their suitcases and give up their space in their carry-ons so that we can actually deliver all of the materials to the Dominican.
110 pounds worth of basic medical materials, plus supplies for the Lincoln West sister school.
For the past several years, Lincoln West has sponsored a school in the Dominican Republic called Villa Esperanza, and it's actually a volunteer school. And they started by teaching outside under the trees. We became aware of this situation and decided we would take them school supplies and support them and help them in any way that we can. So in the past, we've given them school supplies, drinking water. We've helped them install the 1-stall bathroom that they have to service 300 students. So the students are able to go to a free medical clinic in their neighborhood of Verone. So when they sent me the list of supplies, their wish list, it was extensive. And I said, there's something that we can do here. We can also help the free medical clinic of Verone.
That meant raising even more money than usual to make this trip and the donations possible. Through private community donors and a whole lot of empanadillas, the group collected about $8,000.
Anytime there's an event, we kind of take over the concession stand, as well as take it over on a weekly basis every Friday. So teachers know to come look for their lunch in the concession stand on Fridays.
We sold empanadillas, lasagna lunches, spaghetti lunches, walking tacos. It really paid off.
But the biggest payoff will be delivering those supplies in person.
Everybody needs help in the world, and just to be able to go there personally and help them is a great step.
I'm excited. It's my first time out of the country. Like heart is pounding really hard. I don't know, it's a good experience. I can't wait.
And their teacher can't wait to see the impact it has when they get home.
Our students sometimes don't come from the best economic backgrounds, but I need them to see that poverty is relative. And American poverty is so different than underdeveloped country poverty. And their access to medical care and their access to education is much limited compared to what they have. And I notice that they begin to appreciate things a lot more when they return.
The students are in the Dominican Republic from February 22nd through the 28th. They're posting updates on Facebook and taking a lot of photos documenting their service trip. We'll be sure to follow up with them when they return. For more stories like this, visit the CMSD News Bureau online at clevelandmetroschools.org/news. Reporting from the CMSD TV studio, I'm Shannon Kantner. That's all the time we have. Thanks for tuning in. And for more in-depth news stories, visit clevelandmetroschools.org/news. We'll see you next time.